All right, what you're seeing here is the Nintendo Switch um, system update 11.0.0. And the thing is, it's a really cool update. There's a lot of really cool features. Yeah, you're about to see my friend code for a moment. Oh, look at that. I was able to hide it. And, you know, like this thing, I really like this trending part here where you can kind of see what your friends have been playing. This is all about your friends. I don't have a ton of friends on my Switch right now. Not because I can't. I've had a maxed out friends list before, but because I only restrict my friends list to members of Patreon at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. Anyways, as you see, obviously, the most of my friends have been playing Hyrule Warriors lately. A couple play Diablo, Cake Bash, games your friends play, Animal Crossing, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, not surprised there, YouTube, Pokemon, Smash, kind of your usual suspects. A few interesting ones in here. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is in there as well with some of my friends. But yeah, it's really neat. This is a really, really neat feature. And I like that. I basically like all the features added, but this isn't a video about the update and all of its feature sets per se, although we're going to talk about a few things. It's actually about this icon right here. All right, Nintendo decided to combine the Nintendo Switch Online service, the NES app, and the SNES app into one menu icon down here called Nintendo Switch Online. Now, just to confirm, I went through here to make sure I still have the Super Nintendo app and I still have the NES app. Now, it says there's a software update for apparently. I presume this software update is going to get rid of the icons. I have no idea, to be completely honest. This is my first time really exploring the 11.0.0 update. But again, it's not about these apps, all right? It's about this icon. One, can we talk about the icon? People are not happy with this icon. It is way different than the minimalistic icons already on this menu, right? Way different. This is insane. Like, this is maybe the lazy of lazy. All they would need to do, guys, is get rid of the red, in the background and just leave the white there. And just have a gray icon with the white logo and the white word online. All they would need to do is that. I mean, heck, they can get rid of the online word since there's no words on the rest of these too. But, whatever. Even that would be better. This stands out. This from a design perspective, there are people that are OCD that hate what this is doing. Now, there's some cool stuff going on inside that app. I am curious to check out the album thing quick. Apparently, you can now plug your album into a computer with a USB-C device and transfer video files and screenshots. As you see, I have a ton of video files and screenshots on here. I probably should clean these out. A lot of these were taken by my children, not by me. I mean, look at all these Mario Kart 8 Deluxe menu screenshots. That's definitely my kids. But yeah, it's a neat feature and it's cool. So now you can freely record little video clips and transfer them to your computer, use them in videos, whatever you want to do. You can also transfer them to your phone to share on social media or whatever you want to do with it. So that's neat as well. But this is what we're talking about, Nintendo Switch Online app. So outside of the icon being butt ugly and not right, and Nintendo, you guys rock at design. Why? Let's get into the actual app. Because the thing that I'm most excited about this app isn't how it's set up, although it's organized decently well. You have online play, which just basically tells you about games that are online. You can find games that have voice chat through the app. These are four games. Four games. I guess that's all they got. You can see your save cloud backups and data transfers. So, these are all the things that are currently backed up in the cloud for you. You can see the special offers through the online service, so you have your specific 2 games that are available, Tetris 99 and Super Mario 35, game trials, products that you can purchase, and then additional benefits as well here. But this part right here is what's neat, is they have included a NES and Super NES combo here. And this is leading to massive speculation that Nintendo is going to be adding more systems. Because now you no longer need individual apps. They technically exist. As you saw, I still have it. It's updating. But you can come in here and you can basically, as far as I'm aware, launch these games. Like, let me just grab Donkey Kong Country here. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Donkey Kong Country here. Problem with playing Xbox. And you can just start the software. Just start it up. And see what happens. I'm starting the software up. As far as I'm aware, it's just going to go. Okay, so it's going through the Super Nintendo app that existed before and right into the software. There you go. And as you see, we now have Donkey Kong Country loading. So think about that. You no longer need to use or go into that specific app to access the games. Now, it doesn't mean the apps won't exist or the apps won't be consolidated at some point. But the point is that they've consolidated the entire game list here and organized it by NES, where there's 70 games, by NES. It looks like it's ordered by when the game's released. So 1997, 96, 95, going all the way down. So I think that this opens the door to Nintendo to add any system they want to the service. I've talked in the past about how, a long time ago, how Nintendo needs to create an online system where all of their classic platforms are available through a subscription fee. We already know Sony does this, right? Yes, Xbox has a version of it. Their Game Pass offers some of this functionality, but honestly, Game Pass's real value is in getting all the exclusive current-gen games. That's really what Game Pass is going to pay off for. The PSN, they have a service that you pay a subscription fee to in order to play all the classic games, or a lot. I shouldn't say all. It doesn't have all of them, but a lot of them. And that's through a streaming service. So PlayStation streams their old games. Nintendo plays them locally. I want to see this expanded to include Game Boy. I want to see it expanded to include GameCube, Wii someday. I don't know if Wii U might be asking a bit much, at least on the Switch's gen. But, things like the Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, DS. I think all of this stuff should be added to this, and this should just be an ever-growing service that just continues to be built on top of for years and years to come across generations of platforms. The one thing Nintendo keeps messing up when they add in these games and virtual console and backwards compatibility is every time a new generation of consoles comes around, they wipe the slate clean and start all over again. We have friend codes back after they got rid of them with the Wii U. Why? Like, Nintendo makes these baffling decisions. They got rid of Virtual Console every single time, and they have to redo it until now. Now they're doing a subscription service. Fine, stick with the subscription service, but build on top of it. Don't have, like, a Switch 2 come out in 3 years, and then tell us all these games are gone, and we start all over again. That's dumb. Build on top. Build out your library. So I'm hoping that that's what this means and that we're just going to keep seeing this expanded upon over and over again. Maybe I'm asking too much. I realize their online service is only $20 a year. Maybe it gets more expensive down the line. I just know that Nintendo needs to keep beefing this up. They need to keep beefing this up, and I like what they're doing here. I like that they're finally making some UI changes. Granted, the overall UI here is still the same. You could choose a light theme, a dark theme. You can reorganize these a bit. You've been able to reorganize your games for a little bit now. You can't do much about these icons or anything. Like, okay, it's not that big of a UI overhaul, but still, the changes they did make are all user-friendly and definitely needed to be made. I mean, I still really love this trending tab a lot. I think this is just really, really cool. I think in general they have made some fairly good changes. I'm pretty pleased. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. This icon, again, is this a problem? Like, I get it. Don't let the gift horse in the mouth. Nintendo finally made some UI changes and did some things that make sense and actually improve the experience on Switch. We've been begging them to improve this experience for, 3+ years, almost 4 years at this point. And finally they did something. And what they did is mostly good. But this icon, come on, Nintendo. Who at Nintendo looked at this row of icons and said, which one of these icons doesn't belong? Like, come on. Come on, Nintendo. All right. Anyways, folks, I am Nathaniel RoboJants from Nintendo Prime. Knowing my luck, knowing our luck as consumers, Nintendo's going to see complaints about this, and they're going to be like, hey, you know what? Let's just make all the other icons like the Nintendo Switch Online icon and get rid of the simplicity factor. Oh my gosh. We'll see what happens. Anyways, this feels like something that they will update soon. We always know, like, thumbnails for the games up here get changed by developers all the time. So, would it be that big a deal to release like a little patch that updates that? Of course not. So we'll see what happens. You guys let me know what you think about this down in the console line. Nathaniel RoboJants from Nintendo Prime. Whew. Catch you guys in the next video.